Hello, athletes and fans of bodybuilding. Tarek El-Guindy with the Mr. Olympia. Great champions this past weekend. I want to cover some of them. And yes, we got to start with Regan Grimes. Man, he wins the California Pro and he did it convincingly. In my opinion, this is the best Regan Grimes we've ever seen. Yes, conditioning was impeccable. The symmetry, the lines, beautiful. And he added muscle. Yes, that was something that all of us were critical of Regan Grimes. We said, Regan, you got beautiful lines, you have the conditioning, but you need to gain more mass. He's done it. I feel like the legs are bigger. I feel like the shoulders are bigger. Look at the front double biceps. He's wide, and that's one of the poses that he surpassed Sasarati, especially on the front double biceps. Regan Grimes has large clavicle bones. He looked incredible. Side chest, you could see the separation. And then look at the back lat spread. I think this is one of the best back lat spreads I've seen this year. Incredible. He's got the glutes. The back is wide. There's even a little bit of separation on the back lat spread. Incredible back lat spread by Regan Grimes. Now, there's a few things that we can improve. And I say this even though I feel like he's one of the most improved bodybuilders in the last year. The first one is, on the back double biceps, we can have just a little bit more thickness. And that causes the back double biceps to have that detail. So if he has a little bit more thickness on the back double biceps going into the Mr. Olympia, he's gonna be even more impressed. And the second thing is, yes, we can add a little bit more muscle overall. Regan is a tall guy, and this is the time where we're facing some of the most dense bodybuilders on a first call out. I mean, on a side chest, you got Nick Walker, Hadi Chupin, Derek Lunsford, Samson Dowda, Martin Fitzwater. Those guys are so dense. And yes, guys like Rafael Brandão, Andrew Jack, Regan Grimes, they have to hit a side chest, a side tricep next to those guys. And a lot of these guys, they have tremendous density to them. So Regan Grimes needs to continue to gradually grow muscle without interfering with his beautiful lines. He's done a beautiful job so far, and I commend him for that. There was all this talk about, oh, Regan Grimes is an internet bodybuilder. No, you are wrong. Regan Grimes is the California state champion. Regan Grimes looks awesome, and he's going to the Mr. Olympia. Congratulations. Moving on to Louisiana, Dallas Botchway. Man, it's kind of, first time looking at this guy. And look, he's got great physique, small waist. You can see the legs are exploding from the shorts. But I would use a little bit more upper chest. He's got the conditioning, he's got the back, a little bit more upper chest, and it will balance his physique. Congratulations, heading to the Mr. Olympia. Now, Andy Paredes, he wins the classic physique. Beautiful lines, great conditioning. Love his side chest. He's got the density. Look at his upper chest. It's full, it's nice. He can deliver some real powerful performances in some poses. But going to the back double biceps, we're going to need width and thickness. We need to be wider on the back double biceps. We need to have more detail on the back double biceps. And that's the only thing that Andy Paredes needs to improve. Other than that, this guy looks amazing. Great job. Moving on to figure, Manuela Lima from Brazil. She competed a few shows prior and she caught my attention. I think this is a really good competitor. Look at her conditioning. Is impeccable. Great conditioning, great posing. What does she need? A little bit more quads, right? She has the nice V taper on top, and she can add a little bit more quads to her physique. If she has the quads, then she'll balance her physique. And this could be the addition of muscle, but in the meantime, if she just turns her toes a little bit outwards, then the quads can come out a little bit. And obviously, continue to gain the muscle in that area. Congratulations, heading to the Mr. Olympia. Moving on to women's physique, Rachel Daniels. She put on a show in Pittsburgh. She was so impressive. People had her beating Natalia Coelho. It was incredible. A lot of people thought she was the next one coming. And she put on a fight against Natalia. Natalia prevailed because she looked amazing. It's hard to beat Natalia with that physique. But Rachel Daniels made a name for herself in Pittsburgh, bringing a fine physique and possibly the best posing routine in the entire show. So nobody is surprised she earns her Olympia qualification. She has the mass, she has the conditioning. The only thing she needs is to minimize the waist, right? She has everything, but every single pose, every single movement on stage, she needs to be conscious that she needs to minimize the waist. She's going against Sarah Viegas, Natalia Coelho. Both of them have tiny little waists. Now, Rachel might have some more muscle than them, but if she needs to minimize the waist to beat those girls, congratulations. In my personal opinion, I think she's the star of the weekend. That's the most impressive competitor I saw this past weekend. Moving on to bikini, Yorika Noda. Yes, I've known her for a long time. I've judged her for a long time. She's so refined. She has a beautiful physique, poses well. I think she can be just a little bit fuller. If Yorika is just a tad fuller from the back, then the glutes are fuller, then we don't see any separation on the legs. But she's one of the best competitors. She's won plenty of shows. I would recommend just come a tad fuller so she can be a little bit more of a presence on stage. But congratulations, great job. In the wellness, Isamara Santos. Man, she's been first call out at the Olympia. We haven't seen her in a lot of shows, and I was wondering where she was. Well, here she comes. Impressive. She's one of the tallest wellness competitors. She turned pro in Brazil. She wins shows and she goes to the Olympia. I repeat, she got first call out at the Olympia. Look at those glutes. She's got an amazing teardrop here, full glutes, and I think Isamara can be impactful on the first call out again. Remember, we don't know if Franciele is coming back. There's a new mix of girls. Eduarda Bezerra is in. Isa Pereira is defending the title. I think this is a great time for Isamara Santos. Let's see what she can do at the Olympia. In Miami, Brandon Hendrickson. Man, this guy is insane. Brandon Hendrickson is insane. He's one of the most beautiful men's physique guys I've ever seen. He's got the large clavicle bones with a tiny waist. And everything here is abs. It's like his abs start from the back. He's got abs on the upper part of his leg. He's got tons of abs here. His obliques are deep. His abs are deep. And then that tiny little waist. What can you say about this guy, right? His posing is a lot better from the back. And he's 3-time Olympia champion. I mean, he's got to be sending a message to Ryan Terry, Ali Bilal, Aaron Banks, and everybody. Hey, I am the original here. Nobody has won more than me in this lineup, and I'm coming to collect my 4th title. Brandon Hendrickson is as dangerous as it gets going into the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Moving on to bikini, Ashlyn Little. Wow. Everybody knew she was going to qualify to the Olympia. She placed 2nd. She placed 3rd. She's one of the best competitors in the world. And when I look at her, look at the posing. She's so polished. At the Arnold, a lot of people had her winning. And then in Pittsburgh, she was going head-to-head against Amy Delgado. And then in Miami, she prevailed. I'm a huge fan of Ashlyn Little. Cash does a great job with her. She continues to improve. And I'm not saying Ashlyn Little can do well at the Olympia. I'm saying Ashlyn Little can battle for the title because she's been fighting all these girls that are contender. So I think she is also just as dangerous as Brandon Hendrickson. Moving on to the wellness, Leonida Chowu from Moldova. I've seen her even when she was an amateur, and she could. Great, guys. She has some of the most, full glutes in the wellness category. She poses well. She's got the legs. What I like about her is that she gets conditioned, but you never see a lot of veins. She's not that grainy conditioning. It's kind of there's a softness to her physique, which I like very much. She is a formidable competitor, and I'm excited to see what she does at the Mr. Olympia. Great champions this weekend. A lot of great champions, and I think a lot of them will be very impactful at the Mr. Olympia. My name is Tarek Elguindi, and I'll see you next week.